here on Horse Guards just 2.5 weeks ago. The 1st and 2nd Battalions and the Grenadiers Band paraded before their Colonel-in-Chief and their Colonel, the Duke of Edinburgh, for the presentation of colours to both battalions. The old regimental and Queen's colours had seen service with the Grenadiers around Europe, in Africa and America. They were marched off parade to be laid up eventually in Derby Cathedral. The regiment's families and friends watched as Her Majesty presented the new consecrated colours to each battalion. The 1st Battalion's Queen's colour, with 44 battle honours in gold scrolls on a plain crimson silk background. And their regimental colour, the Union flag, with crown, company badge and battle honours. The new colours for the 2nd Battalion will be their last. Under the defence cuts, the battalion goes into suspended animation within the next 18 months or so, leaving the Grenadiers with only 1 battalion, just like all the other Guards regiments. The Grenadiers actually lost their 3rd Battalion back in 1961. The Queen's Company took all 4 colours into their charge and paraded them in full view of the regiment. 4 weeks earlier, the Queen had kept a special appointment with the Queen's Company at Windsor Castle. Her Majesty is by right company commander of the Queen's Company. Ever since the formation of the 1st Regiment of Foot Guards in 1656, the Sovereign has held personal command of his or her senior company. Her Majesty normally inspects her company about every 7 years and decided her 50th anniversary as a serving grenadier was a particularly appropriate time. Rain in the morning meant a delay in proceedings, but the weather cleared enough for the inspection to go ahead in the quadrangle of the castle in the afternoon. The captain of the Queen's Company, Major Grant Baker, escorted Her Majesty. He'd commanded the company in the Gulf War, and this was his last duty before taking up a new post. As with many guardsmen, he follows in his family's footsteps. Individual Guards regiments have strong family links, and this is particularly true of the Queen's Company. The tallest men in the regiment serve in this company. They must be at least 6 feet tall, many are 6'6" or more. Although the Grenadiers didn't go to the Gulf as a battalion, most were there, and these men went as a company under command of the Royal Scots. The order of dress was rather different out there, but there was no difference in the level of excellence required. The Queen's Company colour, the royal standard of the regiment, was presented at the Queen's coronation, and it will eventually drape her coffin. It's only carried when the Queen is present and lowered only to her or the Queen Mother. Just before the rain came again, Her Majesty talked to ex-captains of the company. 3 were on duty that day in her entourage. These 5 had served her father. They'll remember her at the tender age of 16 when she was appointed Colonel of the Grenadiers by her father, King George VI. Her first audience was with the Lieutenant Colonel. The King had written a fatherly letter to him saying he was sure that he would help her at first with her duties. The King told him how proud the young princess was to be Colonel. No doubt Her Majesty's mind will have flashed back to her 16th birthday in 1942. In this very quadrangle, the Princess Elizabeth reviewed a party of grenadiers for what were then 6 full battalions at the height of the war. They presented her with a regimental brooch in gold and diamonds, which she wears to this day on regimental engagements. Sergeant Clive Reeves, the principal trombonist of the Welsh Guards, with trombone raised, gives the signal for the countermarch. Incidentally, is the brother of the director of music of the Life Guards, Colin Reeves. Mass bands halt in the centre of the parade ground, the crescendo to the Huguenots. After this, the mass bands will troop to the quick march, Hands Across the Sea, typically rousing number by the great American March King, John Philip Sousa. While they play, the senior side drummer of the Corps of Drums of the 1st Battalion of the Grenadiers, Sergeant Malcolm Binns, will leave the Corps of Drums and take up a position beside the S to beat the drummer's call, the signal for the next phase.